Welcome to the Fireside Chat for Fitness and Nutrition with Adrienne and Ken. Today we're going to be talking about stress management through nutrition and exercise. As usual, Ken, would you like to start us off?
I would love to start off. Thank you, Adrienne. Yes. So when you talk about exercise and stress management and what type of exercise is best for stress management, it's really individualized. So if you're a person that likes yoga, you're not going to go out and do strength training, or you're not going to run 5K. So whatever you'll do that will improve cardiovascular or improve blood flow and help you relax is what you're going to do. Now, and that could be you could be doing, again, high intensity interval training or yoga or just walking. Anything that will help. But let's go over some of the different types of exercise and how it does reduce stress. First off, we're talking about cardiovascular, which includes jogging, which is, you've heard, I don't know if you've heard about the runner's high. When you run for a certain period of time, you get that runner's high. That's a good stress reliever. Anytime you can feel good about your body, it actually helps to relieve stress. So jogging is very good for you. Cycling is a good low impact form of aerobic activity. So again, aerobic activity increases your heart rate, gets all those stress hormones or stress relieving hormones circulating through your body, and you actually feel better as you're doing it. Some people feel better as they're doing it, but most people feel better after they're done. My clients say, "I'm so glad that workout's done. I didn't like doing it, but I feel so much better now that I did do it." So cardiovascular, that's good. That's one form of exercise, stress that relieves stress. Another one is a yoga. There's different types of yoga that you can do. From the yogas that you hold the form for a long period of time and practice relaxing. There's that, and then there's gentle poses, and then there's the that encourage deep relaxation, and also yogas with physical patterns that you go through. So just different forms of yoga. Again, if you like that stuff, it's very good for stress relieving. Strength training, that's my favorite part. Type of stress relieving exercise is strength training. You grind it out, your muscles are really burning, and it just feels good. Number one, when you're done, for sure, but as you're doing it, you can just feel the stress going away, especially if you're upset. It's something that causes you stress. Taking your anger out on lifting those weights and really powering through it, and that can really relieve some stress. So that's I enjoy that myself. Swimming is good on the body for a couple of reasons. It's an overall body workout, works all the muscles in the body. Plus, it's easy on the joints because it's non-impact. You're buoyant in the water, so that really helps to relieve stress on the body as well as stress on the mind as well. And then you can also walk. Walking is the number one exercise in the world is walking, and that is a very good stress relieving exercise. In that, even if you just notice the things around you, the beauty of nature, and that's beneficial, as well as getting the blood pumping as well. And you don't have to walk fast either. You can walk just as a stroll. Just get out and do something. Now, let's talk about a little bit of mindfulness techniques. Meditation, where you just sit and clear your mind and try and relax. That's a good stress relieving technique. Also, deep breathing. And do you know what diaphragmatic breathing is? Do you know?
Okay, so probably good to explain it to everybody.
Yeah. So if you're breathing in and your shoulders are raising, that is not diaphragmatic breathing. So if you're breathing in and you're going this, that is not the way you should be breathing. Diaphragmatic is when your belly button goes out and in and out and in. So that's the way to differentiate between the two. And diaphragmatic breathing is typically in a relaxation period, and like relaxation phases, you want to breathe in through your nose and then blow out through your mouth. And that really relaxes you and helps relieve stress. So that's diaphragmatic breathing. And then if I'm having a hard time or a difficult time trying to fall asleep, I do relaxation technique and muscle relaxation technique where I mentally think about the muscle to relax, and I start at my toes. And it's so interesting. You say you're mentally you think, okay, I'm going to relax my toes, and they actually relax. You think you're already relaxed because you're in bed, you're lying down, and you're okay. I think I'm relaxed, but you actually tell yourself to relax that muscle part, and it actually does relax, and you feel and it helps you to go to sleep. But I start from my toes and go all the way up to my head if I make it that far. Sometimes I go toes, knees, or toes, ankles, calves, thighs, and I'm out. So it's that's another way to mentally think how to relax and relieve stress. So that's what I've got. What have you got?
I loved a lot of the things that you mentioned, everything from more of the yin yoga, although, like you did mention, power yoga can be a stress reliever, swimming, walking, running. I used to joke, I would run and I'd be like, oh, well, it takes about 20 minutes for the endorphins kick in, or I could eat a piece of dark chocolate. That foreshadows what we'll be talking about in a minute. But the lifestyle piece is huge because nutrition can only do so much. And when we have conflicts at work or at home, when we're running late, when we're stuck in traffic, we can't really eat a great meal usually in those situations.
You better not be while you're driving.
Yeah, but we can breathe. We can, like you mentioned, do the diaphragmatic breathing. You can do that at a stoplight. It doesn't really even take that long. 5 deep breaths is better than nothing. I would say rehydrating ourselves, because a lot of times we are chronically dehydrated. And sometimes, whether we're drinking water or having hot peppermint tea or something, we can just rehydrate and start having a better mindset, which helps reduce our stress. I also liked your progressive relaxation technique. I've done that before too, and it can be extremely helpful. Harder to do at work, but good to do.
Yeah. That's the.
And I also wrote down walking too. It helps us connect to our bodies, be in our bodies, be mindful, and also be out in nature, which we know has a positive effect on our stress levels too. I would also add connecting and laughing, calling a friend, sharing your concerns, and then maybe you guys can kind of laugh about some stuff, or at least get some ideas, release the stress. Or you can watch a short, funny video on YouTube or something. And then another key piece that helps reduce our stress is organization. A lot of times when we have clutter, when we are feeling overwhelmed, when we don't have a task list, when our time management skills are not so fantastic, it's actually getting organized that can help us have reduced stress. And of course, we'll add in some food, but these are some lifestyle tips that are huge. So what do we usually eat when we are stressed out?
Oh, snacky stuff. Yeah.
Pastries. We go to the vending machine, we get some ice or some candy, or we devour a pint of ice cream. But luckily, we have some better foods and herbs that can help relieve our stress in the short term, and also not have such punishing effects in the longer term.
Oh, good.
Leafy greens. So this is the grocery store part where people are kind of like, oh, it looks like a jungle. Not really sure I know what to do with the Swiss chard or whatever, and they just kind of skip over it. But if you do include more leafy greens in your diet, you are going to get more calcium, iron, magnesium, which is great for stress relief, potassium, vitamins A, C, E, K, folate, chlorophyll, micronutrients. It's amazing. So definitely adding some more greens in the diet would be a really good idea. You can do this in a smoothie. That's probably the easiest. And it actually goes well with what I'm going to suggest next, which are berries. So whether you're having blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, all these are loaded with vitamin C, which can help regulate our blood pressure, bring it down, and cortisol. So that's an excellent thing. And plus, they're delicious. So nothing I'm mentioning here is hard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I hear you.
The third thing I would mention is foods that are rich in omega-3 fatty acids. So you can choose from things like salmon or tuna, but you can also choose from plant-based sources such as walnuts, flax seeds. So some really good things to start adding into your diet to also help reduce that cortisol level. Ashwagandha, this is an herb. It's been used throughout history. It's popular, but not very well known sometimes. It can help reduce stress and help with sleep disturbances. A review article from 2021 showed that in clinical trials, ashwagandha reduced markers of stress through serum cortisol levels and also reduce the PSS or perceived stress scale as compared to the baseline. So something else to consider. And I think you're all going to love this one, dark chocolate. It satisfies our sweet tooth. It can boost our endorphins if you don't want to go for a jog, and while also reducing cortisol related stress. It's made from the cacao plant, which has lots of vitamins, minerals like the magnesium that we just talked about, fiber, and the antioxidants are great for our hearts and our brain. Just want to make sure that whatever dark chocolate bars you pick up have lower amounts of added sugar, because the sugar is not super great for us. So those are some foods for stress, lifestyle tips to help us all out. Any parting thoughts, Ken?
Consistency as usual. Just do it on a consistent basis. I know I pound that every week, but if you're going to do something, you have to do it. You can't do it once a week or once a month or well, you should do it more than once a week, twice a week at the least, every day if you can. Your body will thank you for it.
I think consistency is also key, but I'm going to give you guys an action step to choose one of the things we talked about today, whether it's taking a 5-minute walk, eating some berries, having a piece of dark chocolate. Take action immediately. And of course, let us know in the comments anything else that you'd like us to discuss in the future, any topics, and we will look forward to talking with you during our next call. All right, take care, everyone.
Take care.